Hi, welcome to Chax Break. We're back after being gone for like 10,000 years or something. It's me, Master of Mastering.
He's
Sometimes
finally
got
back
time.
from the hospital. That's why we're back.
Actually, I'm still here. I'm live streaming from there.
It is Megafire here again. Hi.
Hi.
It is I, Durko for you.
Hi.
And with us we have a special guest, the one, the only, Buddingston. Say hi to the folks at home.
I'm Dad.
Hi.
It's Dad.
So,
What are we talking about today, MG?
so a little game came out a little while back. I believe it goes under the name of Fire Emblem Heroes.
Oh shit, that's the game I've been looking forward to for years!
Yes! Finally! Now I can take my waifus on the go. We're going to talk about Breath of the Wild. There should be a big spoiler warning in the title.
This is the spoiler warning.
Oh, yes.
Spoilers! Breath of the
Can
Wild.
you put like a big alarm sound over this right now and just flash spoiler all over the screen?
Air
That'd be
horns.
fantastic. No air horns. No air horns. That's too far. So
I really hope you don't do a bunch of editing requests.
that's my only one, I swear.
Alright.
Scout's honor, I swear. Okay, so I don't have the game yet, but a couple of the guys in the chat do. So hey,
Everybody else in this
Yeah.
podcast is actually in ownership of the game and are mildly making their way through it.
The ownership of the breath.
I own the breathing.
yeah, but somehow I've watched everything on the game. So how are you guys enjoying it so far?
But why don't you start with your impressions of the game?
I've been playing it nonstop for like 3 days.
Oh, so have I.
I
Oh,
can't
what a
stop.
coincidence!
So-
I have not been playing it nonstop for 3 days, but I have been playing it quite a bit.
I played Marble Heroes. Does that count?
Yeah,
Count for
Oh,
what?
good.
it counts. It counts.
Yeah, I played video game.
Oh,
I played a video game.
Yeah, it's close enough. So, what are your impressions of it so far? Besides, you've been playing it nonstop for 3 days. You guys should probably go to sleep or something. That doesn't sound healthy.
No, it's fine.
It's okay.
can't sleep.
She
Need to do
says
more
as she
quests.
falls off her chair.
Does Bot have any opinions on the game so far?
I love it. I like to climb cliffs and ride deer and cook.
It's a very concrete, concise activities that drive you to play. Get it here first, folks. Breath of the Wild, climb cliff, cook food, deer.
And
Okay,
also,
but
you can
ride bears.
you can ride the deer, and you can also cook the deer.
Oh shit! I have to get it now.
You can ride him, then when you're done, you can make a feast.
You can take uncomfortably close pictures of people.
Man, I spit all over my screen. That was of course that's what you would do.
It's really funny now, because whenever I see a new enemy, the first thing I do is I run up to them, I take a picture, typically as they're charging right at me. So I get a nice picture of their face, and then I have to take the camera away and go, oh shit, oh shit.
In case nobody knows this, there's actually a similar mechanic from Wind Waker of the pictogram thing where you're supposed to kind of catalog all of your enemies. This game has a similar system where you're cataloging not only your enemies, items, materials, weapons, shields, pretty much everything in the game except for like some variety of fruits and stuff.
Now,
You can
I've
also
heard-
search for them after you take pictures of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a way to like if you're looking for a specific ingredient, you can turn on like some sensor that will determine like if you're going towards it, if Link is running towards the direction of that specific thing that he's targeting, the sensor will go off.
Cool. I heard you could take selfies too. Is this true?
It's not quite as selfie as like a real like phone in front of you. You got the hand stretched out and stuff, but it's as if the camera flies out and like takes a picture of Link, like somebody else is taking a picture of Link. So it's sort of like a selfie, but not really.
Oh, okay.
Would have been funnier if you just had like Link stretching out his hand trying to take a picture with like a fucking Moblin running at him.
Nice.
You can pose. That makes up for it a little bit.
It's true.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that they still have selfies after Wind Waker HD.
Those were good. Any other features that you guys have been liking about the game? Dorko, anything specific that you've been enjoying?
I mean, I especially like the whole weapons thing. You're just constantly grabbing new weapons, and even though it's a little unfortunate if they break, but I haven't really had a problem with that so far. I always have like really great weapons. Sometimes you fight people with a spoon just because you make do with what you got.
Please tell me you actually can.
Yeah. You get a ladle.
Oh, you can also get a mop.
I saw that.
Tell me, Dorko, what will you do with that mop?
Scrub all the floors in Hyrule.
I'm sure they put that in on purpose. There's no way that they didn't think of that when they put it in. Oh, jeez. Some stuff that I've really been liking about the game. I really enjoy the how not empty it feels. You can climb everything that is like reachable. It has something, even if it's not like something spectacular. There's something like there's animals always being waiting to be found. There's some ingredients in nooks and crannies. There's animals like just regular. I mean, they all like give you like a specific form of meat. I think there's 3 kinds of meat: prime meat, raw meat, and then like chicken or like poultry meats.
There's also something called gourmet meat, but I don't really understand the difference.
Okay, so I guess I haven't gotten that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess I haven't had that one. But yeah, basically, the way that you get each meat determines how big the animal is. Like, if you kill a bison, you get, like, prime meat. If you kill, like, a deer, you get raw beef or raw meat, whatever.
Beef.
So you always have something to find in every nook and cranny. You just gotta go up a cliff. There's, like, a little tiny plateau, and there's, like, a couple of chicken or something, not chicken, like birds sitting there, and you can just pick a couple of them off with a bow and arrow. I like that a lot. I like that everything feels like, even if you're trekking all the way up, you're expecting to find some treasure, or like Kokoroke, which is another collectible that we could get into later. Even if that's not there, at least there's something to look at, and the every view is so nice. I don't know. I've played a lot of open world games, but the way that this game makes it feel is pretty dynamic, and I appreciate that. It doesn't feel empty. That's sum it all up.
My favorite thing is that if you think there's going to be something there, there probably is. Like, I was climbing a cliff and I found an apple orchard, so...
Exactly, yeah, that's sort of like what I was saying. Like, you always find something. Like, even if it's nothing like spectacular, you always find something,
even if it's just a little Korok, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I guess since we brought it up, I might as well explain it. Koroks are the little like in Wind Waker you had the forest folk that when you go to
Koroks.
Are they Koroks in Wind Waker? I couldn't remember if that was their name.
They are.
Okay, it's the ones from Wind Waker, and they give you seeds which you then trade for inventory upgrades.
And it's very important to mention that you give them to a big Korok who has maracas.
It's fantastic, and you should look for this man if you haven't found him already and you're partway through your playthrough. He is a very important boy.
Possibly the best character.
He gives you a little dance every time.
Every
Time you give him some nuts, some seeds.
I must get this game so I can see this.
He has like a leaf
glorious
beard.
eyebrows. No, I think that's just like the leaf mask, but like his eyebrows are so big it looks like a beard.
Or I don't know if I want to say mustache or beard. My memory's terrible, but yeah, like it basically looks like he has facial hair with a leaf.
He's a good boy. Anything else you guys have to bring up? Like that's just features that let us pop out at you.
The Master Sword will kill you if you don't have a lot of hearts.
Wait, it kills you?
Yeah, I found it today. It's in Korok Forest in the middle of the Lost Woods, and it'll kill you. It drains your hearts.
As you use it, or
as you pull it out, so you need like 13 hearts or more, or you're gonna die.
13?
Oh shit!
I could just imagine like Fi inside, like, Master, you finally come to. Oh dear.
Oh no! I didn't mean for this to happen.
Not again.
Not again.
I see the hero bloodline has thinned.
I have to say, when people were saying that you needed a lot of hearts for the Master Sword, this is not what I imagined. I thought like, oh, I guess you just can't pull it out or something. But no, it kills you.
Yeah, I thought it was like a prerequisite requirement or something. Because I haven't. I don't think any of us have beaten the game yet, right?
No, I've only done one Divine Beast.
I spoiled myself, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, okay. None of us have. Dorgo's done 3 or so Divine Beasts, right?
3.
Yeah, I've done none, but did one. So we're all kind of like still in the midst of it. So there's stuff that we don't know yet, but this is kind of our first impressions.
I pulled a 5-star hero in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, same.
It's all I could compare to. I'm sorry.
What were you saying, Dorko? Sorry.
I feel like I should be exploring more, which I have been doing a bit more of that. But like after I did the first Divine Beast, I liked it so much I really wanted to do the other ones. And now I just have to I have to go visit the Gorons next. I really want to do it. I want to go meet the Goron people.
My basic stratagem right now is just going through the Zoras, then I'm going to go the Rito, and then the Gorons.
That's my order.
Yeah,
same.
Save the best for last. The big stone Barramen are my favorite.
That might be like the easiest order to stumble upon. Although I guess if someone wanted to, they can go from Zora to Goron.
I love the Zoras.
They're great.
Oh my god, I just want to point out for the record, they are the hottest fucking... When I saw that, I was like, what is this? I'm very confused.
They're very attractive fish people.
Very attractive fish people.
So you're saying it's hotter than the ones in the Link Between Worlds?
Yes, I love those pixels.
A Link Between Worlds, not to the past. Get it right.
Oh, okay. Hey, I didn't play that one actually. That's the only Zelda I haven't played.
Really? That's
it's the only one. I don't deny that. It's not that I didn't get it because it was bad. Or I just keep forgetting to get my hands on it.
It's going to be weird to say, but I guess you could say Link Between Worlds kind of inspired Breath of the Wild a little bit.
I think so.
Because Between Worlds, when you get to the Dark World, you can just go to the dungeon in any order you want. So...
Yeah, I heard that it was very like you can explore quite a bit in that game. I mean, for like that top-down style, like older style Zelda.
Yeah,
which is nice, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's definitely nice.
Yeah,
I tried to play that game, but I didn't get any hearts before I went to the Dark World, and it just kicked my ass immediately.
That sounds like Breath of the Wild. By the way, Breath of the Wild will kick your ass. Like, all the enemies are... every encounter is a fatal encounter, just so you know. It's not like the older games where, I got hit a little bit. It took a little bit of my heart. Maybe a quarter of my heart. No, this is fucking... One like, fucking bokoblin will hit you with this fucking wooden stick, and you'll, like, be at 1 heart, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Part of me feels like a fool for, like, getting so many hearts, because I feel like 1 attack, and I'm at 1 heart, and I'm like... What did I do this for?
Well, Dorko, think of it this way: if you didn't get that one extra heart, you would be at 0 hearts and
I
dead.
guess it's true.
One day you'll
So,
get the best
so-
sword.
Yeah, one day.
yeah. So it's true that this is the Dark Souls of Zelda.
No, I don't think it's that. Like,
I guess.
I mean, if you're thinking about it, like punishing you for getting hit, yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's probably closer than any other Zelda game I can think, except for like I don't know, Zelda 1. Zelda 1 is the Dark Souls of Zelda.
That's true.
What did you say? Zelda 2 is the Dark Souls of Zelda then?
Zelda 2 is the Dark Souls 2 of Zelda.
God damn it! I knew you were gonna say that, and I did jump in and stop you.
You were too slow.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. We are not doing any of that little blue shit face right now.
Don't. Breath of the Wild, to me, is probably it's very much up there. I'm enjoying it as much as I did Majora's Mask when I first played it, and I know for a lot of people, Majora's Mask is probably their favorite Zelda. It's very, I mean, just recently I've been hearing a lot of that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. To be completely frank, at this point, a lot of the like good Zeldas stand out so much more than the bad ones to me personally that I can't like rank them. I just kind of say that there's like a five games like cesspool that like I just no order necessary. Like it's just Majora's Mask, Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and Twilight Princess are like those 5 games for me that I'm just like those are just really stand out for me. I mean, there's plenty of other good ones. Again, I haven't played Link Between Worlds, and I really like the Oracles of a game. So
So you like all 3 of that one Link's story? It's good.
yeah. So it's, I mean, it's a very good game, and I was very critical of this game when it first came out. Like, I thought it wasn't going to be very good. I thought there was just a lot of hype for it, and I was very wary. So I wasn't like going into it like with the hype.
I saw the review scores, and I'm like, oh man, Nintendo.
Yeah, I was like, this is some shilly shit. I was like, this can't be real.
Then I started seeing like the Twitter posts come up, and I'm like, oh, they're just hyped. It's been out for what, a week, almost a week now, and the hype is still going. So that's a pretty good sign. You got to feel kind of bad for Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever that one was.
Listen, I love that game.
Horizon
Anyways.
is really, yeah. I feel like people giving Horizon shit, like, I feel like the 2 games, like, there's just some there's a lot of differences in the mechanics. You can't.
Hey! I never said it was bad. I just said I feel bad for it because it released at a very bad time. It came out like
I still
right on
play
top of
it.
Zelda.
So
What's that, butt?
I still play it alongside Zelda.
Please don't tell me you play them at the same time.
One controller
I want.
I
was
got the Switch in
afraid.
handheld mode, PS4 control in the other. Let's go.
I was afraid that Breath of the Wild was going to be like No Man's Sky, and I'm so glad that it wasn't.
That's actually a very. I agree with you. That was kind of my thoughts. I was thinking, oh wow, they're gonna just have like a big ass, empty ass world. There's nothing gonna be in there. All it's gonna bank on is some very like vibrant colors to be pretty. And I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong because I don't wish any ill will towards it, but I felt like oh man, they're just. It's gonna be like this is the final like hit on the grave for them. Like that's it. They're gonna fucking bury themselves with this because the Switch as a console was a mistake. Like it was launched too soon. There was a lot of like flaws, and I'm not just talking about all the people posting like my Switch is broke. A bunch of consoles have very bad launches, but I mean the Switch is like the UI isn't finished. It does look nice. I'll give it that, but it's not finished. There's it's just not done. All the networking stuff isn't implemented yet. You don't have just some hardware just problems with it, like the screen being plastic and not glass, so it's very easy to scratch. The dock, very big issue, very big. Like people have been talking about it, and they're right too. The dock scratches the Switch, the like actual sides. It doesn't have the screen on it, thankfully, but it's still an issue, right? Like, you don't want to just keep docking the thing and then like pulling it out and saying, where did these scratches come from? It's from the dock, right? They did a recall on it. It's not like a surprise or a mystery anymore. Everybody knows it. And, it's just things like that I was thinking, like, if they waited maybe like another month or two just to finish everything up, it probably would have been a better launch for the console. Console aside, game is fucking great, all right?
Good.
I had something to say, and I completely forgot what I was going to say now.
Gee, thanks.
I just felt like we should probably segue the Switch in just for a second, just to tell people that the Switch does exist too.
Yes. Last episode, we were hyped about the Switch, if I remember correctly.
I can't remember.
I'll go to the YouTube channel and check and see how long. Go ahead and talk about the Switch for a few minutes. While I go and look this up.
I can't talk about it. I don't have it.
What does Butt think about the Switch?
To talk about how good it is on the Wii U then.
I've never had any problems with it, but I also don't put it in the dock.
See, my only issue with it was that docking problem. I mean, aside from the UI stuff, but that's like minor. But the docking problem, I've personally had it scratched up. There's a quick fix to it if you want to. If you have like one of those microfiber cloths that cleans the like screens, you can just lay that on the front side of the dock, and like every time you flip it in, it won't scratch. So get a screen protector. It's a plastic screen. Even if you use your finger on it when there's going to be touch screen games for it, it'll scratch with your nail. Get it. Just save yourself a headache and get a screen protector is my recommendation. Preferably temper glass, but you can go with the plastic stuff too if you want. I prefer temper.
Very helpful.
Welcome to Chax Break IT Sessions.
I have information about when our last Chax Break was. It was 9 months ago. Congratulations, we gave birth.
MG had a child. That's why he was at the hospital.
Yes, that's why I was in the hospital for so long.
The lore deepens.
My baby finally came out.
Yeah, Butt was the father.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's a beautiful little baby Zora.
Wait a second. Somebody, that doesn't sound right.
Let's move on and never talk about this gag again, shall we?
Never again.
Never again.
What else can we talk about?
There's so much stuff to talk about.
Tracks.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, let's just passively aggressively let's talk about Spirit Tracks.
I think it's actually
exactly why you brought
there's
that up.
one connection you can make is that I think the composer for Spirit Tracks is doing the music or did the music for Breath of the Wild.
It's Animal Crossing, man.
It was the Animal Crossing person.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did.
I think they did
Tracks.
Spirit Tracks. I googled it at some point.
Maybe. So what is it that you had specifically to say about Spirit Tracks, But
I don't like it.
Oh, good. I'm happy with people. Some people are like, Spirit Tracks was alright, and I'm like, no. If it wasn't.
Hey, just wait till Chucker Conroy Let's Plays it, alright? Then you'll realize it's good.
Who needs to? We played it. We put our hands on it. We want to throw it out the window.
I have never touched a DS Zelda except for Link Between Worlds.
You did a good job.
No,
because
you just waited for the good one.
You really did. I feel bad because I was like, literally, the only game I haven't played was Link Between Worlds, but I have played Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, which makes me feel dirty.
Hey, you can continue that tradition in Breath of the Wild then, with the exclusive unlockable accessories you can get via Nintendo Amiibo trademark.
Tell me, Mr. What was it again? Master Godzilla?
It's Master, you fuck face.
Excuse me, sorry. Fuck you ruined my gag.
You stole my moment.
Imagine those stupid commercials that were like, like, tell me, how does it work? Except it's just like, excuse me, you gave me the wrong name.
Excuse me, my name is Jim, you dummy.
You dumb guy.
All right.
You idiot.
What were you going to say in your thing?
I was just going to say, what did the
12...
amiibos do exactly, MG? Would you explain?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Megafire. Here at the laboratory... Oh, hold on. You know what?
Here at the lab.
That's an inside joke. No one's going to get that. But, just leave it in. No one will care.
It's okay, Dorko. Link him to
No. You will not do that. I said there's going to be no editing in here. All right. No. All right. So they of course have amiibo things in there. Do you guys have amiibo?
I have non-Zelda amiibos.
Look. I just have to ask. All right.
Wait.
Use any amiibo.
Yeah, you can use any amiibo, but the Zelda one.
The Zelda ones give you more stuff.
Yeah, but me.
Well, anyway, MG, explain what all the amiibos do.
So, I don't know if this is spoilers or not. Well, we said spoilers at the beginning, so whatever. You could get the outfits of the other Links in this game via the amiibos, and I think that's pretty cool. I think this is the first one where you could actually change into another Link if you really want.
That's true.
Yeah. So if you, I know almost everyone has a Smash Brothers Link amiibo. So if you use that, you have a chance of getting the Twilight Princess outfit. But are you okay over there? Are you like dying?
Sorry.
Okay. I don't. We don't need you. But just looked at her amiibos and she's like, I don't have them.
Actually, I've used like every amiibo except for the new ones.
Yeah, I haven't used the new amiibos or any Link amiibos.
Yeah,
you can get a Pona from them.
You can get it from the Smash Brothers one.
Yeah, I got her and then lost her somewhere.
Pona, no!
Oh, child, that is the legendary horse. And wait, what are you doing? Don't let it go.
Come to think of it, if you wanted to, you could just summon a Pona.
Pona immediately runs into her guardian and gets blown up.
You could just summon a Pona and then just kill her.
I needed the horse meat.
Okay, I'm very sad about this, but I accidentally killed my first horse.
Oh!
Instead of loading a save, I was like, I'm going to keep this mistake as a reminder.
I can't believe you've done this.
Music's there the whole time. It's actually a really sad, self-introverted thought process of Link trying to comprehend this.
I've made sure to take very good care of all the other horses I have.
Every now and then it plays Old Snake for some reason.
Do they drop anything when they die?
I don't think so. They
drop their love for you.
Do you think if you lit them on fire, they would drop cooked meat like other enemies do?
They don't. I saw a gameplay video of a horse getting vaporized by a guardian and it was just on fire and nothing happened.
Darn.
That sounds right. Also, before I forget this joke, I wish that when you scanned the Waluigi amiibo, you'd play as Waluigi. Just like the opening of Time Hack.
Yes, that would be beautiful. One cute little Easter egg I noticed they were scanning amiibos. When they scanned the Mario amiibo, nothing but mushrooms fell from the sky.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, you should probably mention that. If you scan amiibos that aren't Zelda,
yeah, you still get like food items and stuff out of them, just not equipment.
Yeah, they're materials, so it's like
any of the amiibos that are Zelda related will give you equipment of some sort. Like I already mentioned, any of the Links will give you like classic costumes and stuff.
I should probably pay attention the next time because I have that weird retro Mario amiibo. I should see if it's mushrooms or not. I don't know.
I highly recommend getting the retro Link just so you can run around without pants on and still be fully armored. Somehow the retro Link gives you shorts that are shorter than your underwear but it has higher defense than everything.
You know,
Perfect.
you gotta protect the jewels.
Oh yeah, and it's even thinner material than your underwear, so you get a nice view of Link's booty.
It's a good selling point.
Very interested in that.
I immediately went out and bought it. I got mine on sale for $6 at corporate sponsor.
Amazing.
Subscribe right now to Audible.
This episode of Chax Break, sponsored by Audible.
By absolutely nobody, because no one listens to Chax Break.
Welcome.
So, have any of you guys killed a guardian yet?
No.
Nah, I haven't. I mean, it's like, maybe I could, but I don't really want to.
It takes a really long time. It's kind of annoying, so I just didn't try.
Fought any
I've killed the I guess this really doesn't count, but there's did we even talk about shrines yet?
No.
Oh shit. Tell us what a shrine is.
It's a little trial, and it gives you orbs that go towards getting stamina vessels or heart containers, and you need 4 of them for each, and they're all over the place, and sometimes they're not straight up shrines. Like there's a big labyrinth one, and there's also Trial Island. And they're neat, I guess. It's
Yeah.
random shit to do.
But a lot of them
Yeah.
are just like very, like, they're like 2-3 rooms and they're like very short puzzles, but they're pretty good puzzles.
Some of them
Yeah.
are just fights.
Yes.
Like what I was gonna bring up. There's a shrine that specifically you actually go through a series of different power leveled guardians. They fight with you with like their own weapons, so they can either shoot you or like use a guardian's weapon,
Wait,
sword.
is it like multiple in one trial?
No. There's multiple trials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with this. So I mean, technically, I have killed a guardian before in the trials. I've killed 3 of them. If
That
I'm
doesn't
going to-
count.
But yeah,
He's
So
not impressed.
It was a good segue into the shrines. But yeah, that's the mechanic. You no longer have like multiple dungeons. I mean, you still have the dungeons with the divine beasts, but you have these little trials, which are kind of if you put 4 together, they make like a nice little puzzle. Each one is a puzzle, sometimes is a challenge, so it's not bad. It's a good replacement to the dungeon system.
I've got to say that part with the dungeons kind of makes me think of Majora's Mask, because you have like these 4 important locations you have to go to with those 4 dungeons, and then there's this really big guy that helps you with the big danger in the middle. It's
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed that.
a little Majora-like
Mhm.
in a way.
I wonder if that was intentional or not.
It kind of feels like it.
It
was.
really feels like this game took a lot from Majora's Mask, because the way that the side quests work are very fluid. Like Majora's Mask, you kind of have to be in the right place at the right time to receive some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are just very simple, like almost chores.
I do want
like
to
in
quickly
Majora's
mention
Mask.
one that was
What?
like, it was just like a mom was like, help me get some get some ingredients for me so I can cook dinner. And I went, I got the ingredients, I came back, and I was like, oh, I didn't think you were gonna come back, so I just made food.
I did that
I'm like,
one.
oh,
You can go back the next day. and
I
she'll just
did,
be like,
but it was
"Oh."
funny.
Yeah, no. So it's like stuff. It's very, very reminiscent of Majora's Mask in that sense. Like
When,
again,
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Dorko was right. Like you have these 4 very critical spots, 4 dungeons, and each one is actually related to a race,
Yeah.
just similarly to Majora's Mask. And you have that, like you have these side things that you can do. And it's nice. It's very. I like this system a lot. Like the side quests are very nice. They're non-invasive. Your incentive to do them isn't directly laid out because you don't get XP. You don't know what you'll get if you complete the side quest. Maybe rupees. Maybe they'll give you an item. Maybe it's just going to be a regular old weapon, like a regular traveler sword, which is a very common weapon. Sometimes you get that stuff, but some of them are very fun. Some of them are very simple. Sometimes you have the shit on hand, like, oh, go fetch me some apples. Oh, I have like 50 of them. Have one. Stuff like that. Or like this guy I met recently. This was also really cool. You just you're kind of traveling down a bridge, and on the bottom of the bridge, there's a guy standing there, and he's just like in a pondering, right? And you can tell people who have side quests, they have like a little exclamation mark next to their name. Like when you approach them, there's like a little red exclamation mark. So it's not like above their head, oh, this guy has a quest giver, right? You go there and you see what's up. He's like, I see this treasure chest in the river. It's killing me. I got to find out what's in there. So you pull it out and you open it, and it's just a regular old sword. And he's just like, what? That's all that there was in there? Oh, well, at least now I can sleep easy. Here's some rupees for easing my troubles. And I'm like, all right, sweet. It was a quick quest. It was nice. It was cute. And then you have
cute.
stuff that... It is, yeah. There's a lot of cute stuff like that. And then you have stuff that... Oh, go ahead.
My favorite quest that I've done, like ever, is I came across the Lover's Pond. It's just like a little heart
yeah,
pond.
I did that too.
And you have to deliver the flower, and then he gives you like 150 rupees or something. And you just walk across the pond and give a lady flowers.
That's really cute. Yeah, so it's like and then there's also riddles in the game. There's a side quest, a chain of side quests, where you follow one of my favorite characters ever.
I thought the Riddler trophies were enough in Arkham. Now they're in Zelda too?
Yeah.
Great.
But the way you get them is so much better, because my favorite character, this blue Rito, who looks like Toucan Sam, has an accordion, and he just plays the most lovely music. And you come up to him, and he gives you random tidbits of lore, because apparently his mentor was the hero's or the castle poet. No, he was the poet.
Somebody
yeah, he was
else had a chef.
It wasn't the guy. It wasn't the accordion man. His mentor was the poet for Hyrule Castle, and he tells you all these different things about the lore. But before you get these things, he gives you a riddle that's related to the heroes of the past, right? And it's just like these different. Either it activates a shrine, or you get some rupees or something, and then he gives you some information of the lore. And I've only done 2 of them, but I know he's just spread around the world, around the map, and you can just find him in different places, and he'll give you riddles to solve. And usually they take place in that little area that he's in. So it's some pretty cool stuff like that. Like, that's how you do side quests, right? Because there's no like experience incentive to it. But yet I still find myself doing them, because they're not like a burden, and they're very sometimes they're simple, sometimes they're cool, like these riddles. They're sometimes a little tougher. I think it did the side quest perfectly.
I really can't wrap my head around the one that's like shoot the arrow through 2 holes or whatever. I walked around. I'm trying to. I just Did anyone do that one?
I haven't done that one. I don't know.
Use a boomerang.
You get boomerangs, dude. I just found a boomerang that's like Link size and a half. You just hold it with 2 hands. You just lob it at people. It's a giant ass boomerang, dude. It's fucking great.
About that accordion guy, I found him climbing up a tower in like desolate wasteland. And I was climbing up, and all I hear is weird accordion music. And I was like, what is going on here? And then he was just standing there.
Dude, that happened. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. A flaw for me in the game is I'm not a big fan of the music. And I realize that the music is tailored to the very, like, explorative, calm aesthetic of the game. I'm not a fan of it, but I understand it. But I found this accordion man, in the random of a middle, like the big old field of green. And there was like some light piano music in the background, spa music. And then all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, what the heck? Who is that? I have to go. Like, I was like, I have to find this. What's going on? Where's this music coming from?
I have no context of what this accordion man looks like, so I'm just thinking of like the random accordion man in Sonic right now.
Dude, he's Toucan. Just think Toucan Sam, but blue.
Like Falco, right?
Sure.
Yeah, like Falco blue. He's like he's this buff accordion bird.
There were buff birds in this game? Did
Yes.
they sexualize everything?
Yes.
Borrow birds.
When did the Fire Emblem developers take over Zelda?
Actually, well, you know what? I was about to say Gorons are safe, but I haven't gone to Goron Town yet, so I can't say for sure.
You're gonna
No,
go
they're
to Goron
safe.
Town,
Oh, okay.
and there's gonna be a giant like Goron with big rocky boobs.
Wait, that was Twilight Princess.
No, don't you know video game tropes? The Goron women would be super skinny, but still have the big rock boobs. And they'd have their hip jutted out to the side at all times.
I do like this one gag where it's in Gerudo Town. There's just a Goron there, and I was like, oh, I guess it's a female. But when you talk to the Goron, he's like, I don't know why they let me in here. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm very confused right now.
Yeah, this game has a lot of cute little things like that.
I
That's
really
another
love
thing.
the game.
There was one picture I saw that if you're on a bridge and an NPC is walking by and you try and jump off, he'll stop you and try to talk you down.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
think it's a
yeah.
specific person, but it's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. And God, I want to get that game so bad.
There's also a really cool like a bunch of like little I guess assassinations attempts on you.
Bananas.
Yeah, with bananas. The assassin. I'm not gonna say how they appear because I don't want to. I actually don't want to spoil this because this is kind of it caught me off guard the first time. But there's assassins in the game that when you fight them and defeat them, they drop bananas and rupees and their weapon. And I'm just like, why bananas? People are saying it's like an Iwata reference or something, but I have no idea. Like, it's weird.
I want to. I'll say that at some point you do go to their hideout, and I think you'll like it. I think you'll have a good time.
I'm
It's
excited.
it's fun.
The boss
good.
the boss is great.
I can't
Like
wait.
that's a boss where you're fighting him and you're laughing. But just watch out for his ultimate attack.
I guess I should ask, what do you guys think about the voice acting in the game?
It's okay.
It's all right. I mean, it's not like fantastic, but it's not as bad as a lot of people say.
It does the job, you would say?
To be honest, it kind of comes off as awkward to me sometimes. But
Yeah.
I
Like,
think it's
so,
kind of weird because the lips don't match up at all.
Hmm.
So it's just like sound coming out of throat.
yeah. Like, I
It's
watched
not.
a couple of the cutscenes of it, and I could tell, like, some actresses and actors are, like, more talented than the others.
Yeah, Zelda's actress isn't my. I don't think that she
I-
did a great job.
I get what they were going for, but I never thought Zelda would have that type of voice.
For the first time in Zelda history that they have voice acting, it was all right. But for
Yeah.
the next time, I would expect a lot better.
I love the Goron's voice actor, though.
I
Yes.
like the Zora Prince's voice actor,
the
but
Zora
also
Prince is just
he's
a
like
great guy.
he's my favorite character.
I don't know who, but one of them was voiced by Brock.
Oh,
Because it says Eric Stewart's in the game.
Does it say which character he
No,
voiced?
they don't have characters by him. It's just there's small voice tidbits or whatever.
Oh, so then he might have
But
just
Brock
done...
is in the game somewhere. I don't know. I think he's the Goron, but don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna quote you on that. It's
All right,
recorded
it
it
here,
makes
everybody.
sense.
Go for it.
Rock type.
everybody. Fuck, dude.
You know what's sad? I think they would actually do that. But Brock is in the game. I know that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for people to play this game. It's a good game. Everybody should play it.
The only one here who hasn't played it.
You should play it.
I should play it.
It's
I may
you gotta
switch.
play it. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
blame a guy for trying.
Yeah, I blame you.
Wow, I see how it is then. So we were having a big conversation earlier about the timeline placement of this game. Would you like to go into that? No,
Really?
that's probably the most honest reaction I could have ever heard.
Re-dead.
I stared at butt. I'm sorry. I'm stuck in place.
What does Butt think? I mean, we've all talked about it a little bit, so we all have some
Yeah.
ideas. What does Butt think? What do you think? What timeline does this take place in?
I don't know. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I just don't get it. I was like,
There's-
maybe it's in between Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, but there's like Twilight Princess references and shit, and I just don't understand. I
Yeah,
just
and
don't
also
get
the
it.
fact that Wind Waker is like completely separate from Twilight Princess, so it's like what?
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It would make sense if Twilight Princess wasn't mentioned at all, but it
The-
just doesn't make any
You know,
sense.
I thought it would be Wind Waker, but then also that doesn't make sense to me because we have like Phantom Hourglass right after it, and then
That
we
doesn't
have
even exist.
It's on the
But, yeah,
timeline.
okay. So that I don't think it is at all like in that timeline, but shit, Nintendo has the last say. I personally thought it was in like the Downfall timeline, you know, the one with Link to the Past, Link's Awakening.
that's the one I think it would fit in, just because of the just the outfit Link wears, like like just all the old school references and stuff in it.
The
Like,
majority of like the references, I feel like the most
Yeah.
like blunt references are for that. I mean, there's like here and there references for like the other games.
There
Yeah.
are
but-
some
Like-
but there is like an enemy that's in this game that was also in like Zelda 1 that doesn't really appear.
Yeah. And not to mention the Hinox or whatever you call them, the big one-eyed dudes.
yeah,
The only
big
game-
one.
Yeah, the only games they ever appeared in were in Downfall games.
Mm.
And I just want to clarify what Dorko said earlier. It's these centaurs that appear, and their names were Lyrunes, right? Or Lionel
Yeah.
from Zelda 1. So that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
But it's
I
really
hate
hard because it's
those.
like, is this a reference or is this like a timeline thing? Uh,
I just want to point out also that I think every single game in the Downfall timeline has a Ganon, just a Ganon, not a Ganondorf, while every other timeline has Ganondorf.
I don't know. I don't think that's solid enough.
No.
It's not. It's
Because-
not. I'm not
Sorry.
using this as definitive, but like just out of the most like every single game in Link to the Past, Oracle's Link's Awakening, he is Ganon, and then in like Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, he's Ganondorf. Even in Four Swords, it's Ganondorf who's reanimated, and in Wind Waker, it's Ganondorf. And then you have the human form. You have the human. Is what I'm getting at.
Hang on, Megafire. The thing about Ganondorf is it's the same Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time and those other games.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's in human form in those.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, I
you have
get you.
Ganon the pig. Ganon the pig.
Yeah, Ganondorf, the human, never shows up in a Downfall game.
Yep.
And I guess we should probably explain what the timelines are, just for clarity's sake.
You know what? All we have to do to find out is just wait for Hyrule Historia version 2.
Is that actually a thing coming out? Like,
Whoa.
It better be a
No.
thing.
It could be.
Maybe.
in another 10 years, maybe they'll release it. Maybe.
Watch them blow our minds. It's like, this is another separate timeline. The wild timeline.
The wild timeline.
And this one, Ocarina of Time Link said, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to build some big-ass robots to kill Ganondorf. And just get to Hyrule Castle. The Triforce parts are resonating. What the hell?
In this timeline, Link just unleashes his force powers.
There's going to be another timeline that's the CDI games.
I was like briefly imagining a scenario where like I just take out a crayon and script like, wait a minute, Calamity Ganon was He was called Calamity Ganon in this game too. And I'm like, and also the CDI games took place here.
Calamity Manon.
Let's see, Hyrule Warriors, Breath of the Wild, Wanda Gamelon, Faces of Evil, Zelda's Adventure, Fire Emblem Awakening. Got it. Perfect.
You see, fire. You see, it's true. It's actually in the same universe as the CDI adventures because you have to scrub all the floors in Hyrule.
Wait a minute, Mario Kart 8.
God dang.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Where does Link's crossbow training fit?
Sonic Adventure 2 timeline.
No, wait. The Lost World level in Sonic Lost World. That's the Zelda level. That's in there too.
I'm very confused with our timeline.
I'm lost. Yeah, I lost my own timeline.
We're gonna start making a map.
I guess for clarity, a downfall timeline is a hypothetical timeline in which Ocarina of Time Link dies when fighting Ganon.
Good.
There.
Good.
Happy? Good. But I think there's evidence for both child and downfall timeline.
Yeah, but not
I
Wind
don't-
Waker. It's too like this. It's too much against Wind Waker in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the Zora are still there,
Yeah,
and that the Rito
you
look
have
really
the Zora
different,
and the Rito at the same time.
and the Rito look different.
Yeah.
My original thoughts about it was because, like, before Wind Waker happened, there was, like, that big downfall that happened because of Ganon, and everything was submerged, and I was like, maybe that's what happened, because giant Calamity Ganon.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah,
I
but then
don't
you
think
have,
so.
but then you get but like the whole like origin of
Yeah.
Wind Waker's timeline is that Ganondorf was sealed by the sages. So it was like he's still in human form, so there's no reason for him to unleash himself in that spirit like pig. Spirit pig.
Maybe he had to become a pig to get out.
I'm gonna
Screaming
no.
pig man.
yeah. According to that art book, the art of his Hyrule or whatever that came out a little while back.
Oh yeah,
they
the
went-
recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, they went into detail that the Koroks are actually the true forms of the Kokiri. That they just look like a Kokiri to make young Link happy or whatever.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wait, in what? In which?
I mean, it's also weird, but it's also cute.
Can
Yeah.
you explain this again?
All right, I'll go over it again. The Koroks are the true forms of what they actually look like. When young Link went to live in Kokiri Forest or whatever, they turned into the Kokiri to let him fit in more, to make him feel more at home or whatever.
Oh shit, dude, that's pretty.
But they
that's
were
deep.
they still made fun of him though.
Well, one of them
Yeah,
did.
but he still fit in more.
Yeah, and guess what? That got him a swamp.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about. The bully in Ocarina of Time wasn't Mallow or
Yeah.
Mallow. He has a swamp named after him in Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
I noticed a lot of like very particular names on the map and stuff.
There's
Like, I was
Tingle
looking-
Island,
Tingle
Oh my
Island.
God.
It's patrolled at all times by flying guardians.
You can't go there unless you're really beefed up and have a bunch of like defense potions because there's
I saw.
went there. You
Oh.
just gotta hide.
Is he there?
No.
Oh,
you know
What
what? That
is
would have been
on
nice
Tingle
if
Island?
Tingle was hanging out.
I've been here for 300 years. These guardians won't let me go out.
I've been waiting for you, fairy boy.
Go in there in your underwear. Oh my! Finally.
Oh.
I was freaking out when they had the big code leak or whatever, because they were mentioning like Link's Awakening places in the code, and I was like, oh, maybe it's the same Link from Link to the Past.
Tall Heights is in it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Apparently,
it's right next to
Koholint.
Zora's domain.
Apparently,
There's a-
Koholint's mentioned in the code somewhere. So
There's
Yeah.
ruins of Lon Lon Ranch in the game too.
Oh.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Is it around Hyrule Castle?
I don't know.
It's just, it's so big. How can you keep track of it? No. Like that's what I've seen. They've pretty much been throwing bits of everything into this game, like, except the Wind Waker stuff, I guess.
It's like, the thing about like the whole Zelda timeline splits is the fact that you have to remember like they're alternate like dimension, like alternate timelines. So things that happen in one could have happened in the other one in a different fashion.
Yeah.
So that was my logic. Like, oh, so why do we have, the Rito? Because maybe even if this is a different timeline, this evolution was bound to happen at some point, and they do look different. Like, I want to express this. They look very different from the Wind Waker Rito.
You know what? I just had a thought. The Rito and Wind Waker evolved from the good guy Zoras, right?
The only Zoras, because Ocarina of Time didn't have the bad ones anymore.
But the Downfall timeline had the River Zoras, right?
Right.
The bad ones.
Yep.
What if they evolved from them?
It's absolutely possible.
Because there was like civilized ones of those in Link Between Worlds. So
it's possible that what happened was in Wind Waker, since the Zora were all freshwater, all the Zora were there wasn't any River Zora in Ocarina of Time. They had to they had to stress their evolution to the point where they become birds. I don't know how that works. Don't ask me, but they became birds. So that's why we don't have any Zora in Wind Waker.
They watched the Smash thing and they heard the phrase, "That ain't Falco," and they're like, "We must become Falco."
We must become Falco. And then in the defeated timeline, because Ganondorf might have ravaged the lands, and he could have corrupted whoever, and they became
dirtied all the floors in Hyrule.
Dirtied all the floors in Hyrule, including the rivers.
Yeah,
and they became River Zora for whatever reason. Maybe they became there's like a specter that became savage. And
I think it was Oracle of Ages. I think that's it. You meet like Sea Zora in Labynthia. So that's the one game where both of the Zoras appear at the same time. So I just assumed like the Zoras ran away from Ganon to Labynthia.
Right.
Yeah, and the Gorons went to Holodrum in Ages. So
and they hid.
They probably came back to Hyrule or whatever.
After Link's Awakening, and that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, after Link Between Worlds, because there's none in there, but yeah.
Where's Link Between Worlds take place?
It happens after Link's Awakening. It's like 100 years after that.
Okay, well, because they meant after that one.
The rumor is, like, there's this old man who's wearing green, and he's the final boss of the Street Pass stuff, and it's implied that he's the Link from A Link to the Past.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Man, I really want to play that game.
Yeah, it's
Link to the Past. Link had the most screen time.
Yeah.
Game
Retroactively
time.
Screen time, yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, like, Oracle's one was just like some random kid that showed up out of nowhere. But the ending, we're like, wait, that looks like Link's Awakening. Hold on. Yeah.
I kind of get the feeling that fans think more about the timeline than Nintendo does, and they're like, "Duh, put it here."
If we put this in there, fans will smile.
They pull out a dart and just throw it, and it's like, oh, it's before Skyward Sword now. Okay.
Yeah, that's the real prank, isn't it? It's before Skyward Sword.
Yeah. The real reason that they put the bananas in is because of the minions. They were like, fans like this, right? You say that, right? The whole before Skyward Sword thing, but in Skyward Sword, there was a lot of like ancient technology stuff. And there's a lot of ancient technology stuff in this game, too. So all of us are going to have egg on our faces when we find out that it actually does take place before
Skyward. It can't.
No. Don't worry. Don't worry. The producer dude, I forget his name. He already said it's after Ocarina of Time.
Oh, okay.
It's the only timeline placement he's given us so far.
Okay, all right.
It wouldn't make any sense if it was before Skyward Sword, even with the technology, just because of like all of the stuff.
Man, I just had a thought.
It wouldn't make any sense because of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
the Master Sword.
What if they threw us for a fucking loop and had it loop around the timeline again?
Stop this.
Breath of the Wild ends with Hylia throwing Skyloft into the sky.
Stop this. We've come
So
full
it's
circle.
retroactively the end of the downfall and the start of the timeline.
Man,
Don't-
this is confusing.
Don't do this.
Nintendo, you can have that idea.
Wait.
I give that to you just to
Wait.
fuck with everyone's heads.
Hey, wait. Fuck you. Hey, hold on. Hold up.
Hey,
Hold up.
listen,
I'm gonna.
hey,
Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you exactly. The decline happens during the first Zelda game, and and then Adventure of Link is the specific era of decline. There's a gold era in between Link's Awakening and the decline.
between Triforce Heroes and yeah.
There's a what the fuck is Triforce?
Triforce Heroes is actually a direct sequel to Link Between Worlds. That's the same
Wait, what?
Link, apparently. Yeah.
I thought it was just like a mini game.
No, it's a continuation of A Link Between Worlds. You play as the same Link and everything.
Oh, I forgot this game exists. I had to Google it. I was like, what the?
No, it has no plot relevance. It's just a side story like Majora's Mask, but timeline-wise, that is the same Link from A Link Between Worlds.
Is that
Majora's
confirmed?
Mask is just death.
Yeah.
He's
It's-
just dead.
Yeah.
That's
He's
it.
not dead. He's
dead.
He's not dead. Don't say
But
that.
then why is the guy in Twilight Princess that Link who died in the forest?
He got.
I mean,
really
he's older
skinny.
though. He's older though. He can't. It couldn't have been Majora's Mask. He was still a baby boy.
He's a
He's a
skeleton.
ghost. He's a ghost.
But
That's
he,
just his. He grew up and got ungrown again. So when he died, he was already grown up.
what did you? What are the words you just said? He died, so he grew up. Then he undied, and he went back to small. And then he
the
became
soul
dead. And
of-
he's
No.
a big man
In
now. What?
Ocarina of Time, he grew up, went small again, presumably multiple times. Then when he was a kid again, he'd already been an adult for a while. So he technically had an adult spirit in him, and that's why he got the cursed warrior or whatever.
But
Right,
the
that
skeleton
actually
was an
makes sense.
adult.
I'm actually buying into this.
His
Fuck you.
spirit
I don't-
is aged.
I don't agree with that.
His
I don't want
spirit's
that.
age.
I don't accept the fact that he went through all that shit just to die in the forest because he was mugged by a fucking.
You think
Mask
he
wearing little
survived
imp.
that Alice in Wonderland ass? You
Look,
think
maybe he
survived that?
didn't die in the forest. Maybe he found Navi and was like, great, where do I go from
Great,
here?
I'll
And
grab my stuff.
and then out of fucking nowhere, I don't know, Astolfo shows up and kills him on his last heart.
no,
No,
I
it
hate
was an
you.
Octorok.
I'm not accepting this bullshit.
But I don't know.
I like
the
Durgos
Majora's
more,
Mask
actually.
game goes through the stages of grief a little bit,
It's
so
just-
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's a
hungry I
nice
could eat an
theory.
Octorok. Bah!
It's a good theory, but I also don't want to accept it.
Link,
Why?
you found me. Great. Let's get out of here. I'm so hungry.
Because- I don't know. It feels
Wasted.
it's a good it's of all the ways that it could have like ended his life, and the fact that they made a whole game about his life ending is nice, but like I still like he went through all of Ocarina of Time, all that hardship, and he goes and he dies in the forest.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
That is cruel. I don't accept that. That's just too
Megafire.
yeah.
Link goes and saves 7 maidens, stops Ganon, goes to the Triforce, gets lobbed over to Holodrum, fights off a bad dragon general dude, saves that land, goes back to Hyrule, gets thrown again back to Labyrinthia, goes over, figures out there's a plot involving Zelda to be sacrificed to resurrect Ganon, kills Ganon again, then goes and has to sail home because Zelda abandoned his ass and has to go into the ocean, gets caught in a storm, finds an island, finds true love, then finds out it's all a dream and has to kill everyone on the island, and then he wakes up and he's stranded in the middle of the fucking ocean.
Much better. See, that's much better.
No! It's the middle of the fucking ocean!
He's okay. We all know he's okay. He appears 100 years later as an old man. He's fine.
I feel like I've asked this before, but
See,
is-
that's kind of why I wanted this to be the same Link from A Link to the Past, so we got conclusion. He's just kind of in the middle of the ocean.
Okay, now I understand why you wanted to be him so bad.
Yeah, he's stuck in the middle of the fucking ocean. I always figured because he had like the ponytail and shit. And I'm like, that's a fucking
bless
veteran Link right there, you know? But then it's.
I mean, he is technically a veteran Link. He already fought Ganon once.
Yeah, it's true, but it's
He
not.
lost.
It's not one we've played as, you know. Like before, when the game leaked out, there was people going around saying, "I have confirmation. This is the same Link from Zelda 2." And I was like, "All right, it's not a Link to the Past, but that's cool that they're going back to the original." But, yeah, whatever.
I've asked this before, but I wanted to ask, like, with the heroes defeated, does he lose in a particular way, or?
I'm assuming. I know they say Ganon kills him, so he probably beat
No,
Ganon.
he doesn't just randomly fall into the volcano, Dorko. Well,
Cause see, that's what I always laugh thinking about. Like every time you die in Ocarina, is that like, oh well, I started a timeline.
I just started the fucking downfall timeline again.
it's presumed that he dies at the final boss fight.
He dies to Ganon, so that means he wins the tennis match.
Wait, I think what it was is, didn't it specifically like Ganondorf like nipped him in the bud before he became a problem or something?
No,
Like, didn't he
no,
kill him before he?
it's after the 7 years during the final battle.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah,
Why so?
maybe
can't
Link
remember
rolled trying to hit Ganondorf and fell down the pit. I don't know.
Ganondorf grabbed Link's sword mid-swipe and just punched him in the face.
Link ran into the final chamber on fire. The Triforce parts are. Oh God, I messed it up.
It's
Joke
okay.
ruined. Abandoned joke.
Durgo, cut that out.
No.
Let me
No.
try that again. Link walks into the room on fire. Ganondorf turns around. The Triforce pots are resonate. Oh my God, you are on fire! And Link just burns to death. And they don't even fight. Ganondorf just sits there as he watches Link's corpse burn.
Well,
Oh, I
that
guess
was
I
the
win.
easiest.
Well, Zelda, would you like to help me take over? Oh God, the 7 sages.
And then that creates one timeline, and then
And
the
it's
other
like-
one.
Then he's like, haha, that didn't work. What? Giant robots!
Wait,
I don't care how this ends.
did we ever get a little bit of understanding of what the Ceiling War was? It's the first little tidbit that is in the
Link to the
decline or the
Past.
defeat timeline.
Yeah. It's
It's
the
right before-
opening story of A Link to the Past when the 7 sages seal Ganondorf. That's what I presume is what the beasts were also used for.
For the dark, they seal them in the dark world, right?
What are we talking about?
Timelines.
Bud is so confused. In the downfall timeline, the opening of A Link to the Mask mentioned A Link to the Mask. I am falling asleep on you guys. I'm sorry. A Link to the Past. In the
That was
opening
really
of
funny.
the past, it mentions the Sealing War against Ganon after Ocarina of Time Link died. And I've just always figured that those beast dudes were in that war.
Beast dudes?
The
In Breath of the
robot
Wild,
dude.
right?
Oh, you're wrong.
Guardians?
Okay.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't agree because there's no
I don't know.
evidence of any guardians or anything in the next 3 games. I mean, they can't just retroactively like do that and be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
they were
you know
hidden in the dirt," and like, well, they were hidden in the dirt in Breath of the Wild too. But
Well, hey, think about this. There's no mention of Fi in any of the games.
yeah, but who cares about Fi?
Wow.
Well, apparently Nintendo.
Nobody
Oh,
cared
wait, you
about
haven't-
Fi in
You haven't gotten to that part
Skyward
yet.
Sword.
Okay.
Huh?
Anyways,
Oh boy.
continuing on.
I'm very interested in what you could possibly be referring to.
Girahim appears as the last boss of Breath of the Wild. He licks your ear.
I'm not going to go into more. I'm sorry. I forgot you guys weren't that far yet.
Wait, what?
I'm so confused as to how that can even be a spoiler, man. I want to play this
And
game.
that's how we end today's Chax Break. Thanks for tuning in. Next time on
Go
Chax
watch
Break,
Logan,
who
that's
was
a good
fine?
Who was fine?
But who was fine?
Who was by? I don't know. Oh Jesus! I just
I
did
think
that. I'm
this is-
sorry.
I think this is a good place to wrap up. Does anybody have any closing thoughts? But
Yeah, go watch Logan. That's a good movie.
Where's the
don't.
game at in the timeline?
Good closing thought. Maybe we'll find. Maybe next time the next Chax Break takes place in another 9 months, we'll find out by then.
Or we'll be even more confused when the DLC comes out and it actually takes place during Skyward Sword and we play as Groose.
And then
What?
Breath of the Groose. Groose of the Wild. Groose of the.
And it's revealed that Groose actually built all the Guardians himself.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay, I just want to mention one quick thing in Skyward Sword that I'm really confused about because maybe you guys know, but there was that ancient civilization thing in the desert.
Yes.
Do we know who that is?
No. And I wish
Okay.
that we did.
That's why I kept making the joke about the looping timeline.
I'm gonna loop you up in your ass. Fuck you. Stop looping.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's rude. I don't want
sorry.
it. I don't want it there.
Hey man.
Bud doesn't want it there. Come on.
But
Hello.
I'm gonna loop MG into you.
Good night,
No.
everybody.
Good night, everyone.
I guess that's the end.